Welcome back everybody. So guys, we've learned about creating a form in a horizontal way, so why not we should learn about the form in the inline way. Exactly, there is another way to create a form. I'm just gonna guide you to. So let's just go there, h2 and h2 and cover that and go inside this, the inline, sorry about that, form. Okay, great. Now I'm going after that. I'm just creating the form. Okay, and going inside this form, and first of all, just creating the class name form inline, which is necessary for this. And then I'm just going down as I am now, and now just creating the div. Okay, now in this way I'm just clearing you something that actually I'm not gonna do something new. Did you remember how I created the vertical form? Here, this was the vertical form where I just didn't put anything in a class as a class in a form, just like the horizontal or the vertical form or the inline. Just leave it and it's vertical. And second thing, you know that we just didn't put any value or any column. Actually, we just put it the form group, but inside the form group we just only created the label and the input. We just didn't put the columns or the grid system here. So it's going super awesome. Okay, so we are just about to creating a same form like that. I'm not gonna use the grid system in the form, in the bottom form or any other thing. I just put it the the form inline, so it has became the inline form. I'm gonna show you that too. So by the way, the class div class, and the class I'm putting is form group, and go inside, and then the label, and then class. Well, there I just don't need to put any class right now. I'm just putting the username again, and then I'm just going down and input type text. So cover this all, and you know that putting the class here, the form control, is necessary. Okay, don't forget that it's necessary to put the class in the input, the form control class. Okay, which makes it the part of the Bootstrap, by the way. So what more I just need to do? Nothing, just simply copy that and paste down and make it the password. So password, and the type should be password, as you know, password, and save, and then go to the browser and refresh. Now you can see that the inline form, it's there. Well, it's not looking really cool, so what I'm just doing, I'm just adding some BRs and refresh. Now you can see that this is the inline form, which has no line break and nothing. If I just remove this form inline class, okay, now this is a simple form. So refresh. Now this is the general form, just like the top one. Okay, but if I just put the form inline class, then refresh, then now it has became the form inline. By the way, it's looking super awesome. Well, for now, finally I'm just gonna create a project, or actually I'm just gonna create a complete form there. But before that, why not we just complete all the elements of the form, or how we can just use the form in more different way. So guys, I'm just gonna teach you that there is a lot of more techniques we can apply on the input elements. So basically this one is the inline form. So what I'm just doing, I'm just simply copying that form, or just leave that alone. I'm just going to the top one form. Okay, if you just deleted that form, so better is to create the same form. Just stop the video and just create the whole form, because I just don't want to do the same thing which I did before. I'm gonna make some addition in this form, the Bootstrap style form, the first form basically, before the horizontal form. Okay, so now what I'm just gonna do is adding some more elements here. Do you want to put the gender too? Yeah, I just want to put the gender in this form to confirm that the person I'm talking about is a male or the female. So just before the country, I'm just creating the checkbox. So the class check, oh man, box. Okay, sorry about that, spelling mistake. Checkbox. Now I'm not putting the form group for now, I'm just putting the checkbox, and I'm going inside and the label. Okay, Now going inside the label, interestingly, I'm just going inside the label and creating the input. Did you see what I'm just doing? Yes, pretty simple. Just follow what I'm just doing. And the type, you know, the checkbox, okay, and the value I'm putting here is you can put any value. Sorry, here I'm just putting the value as the male, okay, and I'm just suggesting a name here too. Name, well, sorry about that, I was just thinking to create the radio button, so I just made the checkbox. So okay, no problem. Here I just cannot create the gender. I can create the gender in the next one part, but there I can get the skills, so no issue. I'm getting the skills. For example, do you know about HTML? Yeah, you know about HTML. When we'll just create the gender, getting the gender thing in the next part of this class, by the way. So there I'm just putting the value, as HTML, and then do you want to create another one? So just copy the whole checkbox. This one is not the gender thing or the radio button, this is the checkbox basically. The next one is the PHP, and then the JavaScript. Let us type the JavaScript 2 here, okay, and then you know that the jQuery, whatever we want to put, we can jQuery. Come on man, spelling mistake. Save and go to the browser and refresh. Now we got these elements. You can see that the HTML, the PHP, the JavaScript, the jQuery, and etc. Okay, all these things are looking awesome, but just before that checkbox, I'm thinking to add the label, okay, the label for these checkboxes, that the skills or something, whatever. So what I'm just doing here, I was not thinking to put the form group, but now I think I have to put that to create the main label, because these are all the labels, but a main label is required. So the form group, going inside and then just creating a label. And what I'm just doing is skills, okay, and L, and then just cut that all these elements and paste there. Save and refresh. Now you can see that these skills and all these skills are there. So just for these skills I just created the form group, by the way, but this is simple. In the same class, in the same way, in the same form group, I'm just gonna teach you another thing. I'm going there and creating the label directly. Label, I wish it will work there. The check box inline, right? Yeah, and the input type, not the text, the check box cover, and the value I'm putting as the test. Okay, now save and just go to the browser. Don't do any other thing, just duplicate that one and test 1 and duplicate test 2. Save and refresh. Now yeah, exactly, this is what I just want to show you. The inline checkbox, the checkbox inline, you can see that if you just want to put the checkbox inline in a single line, I mean, so you just don't need to create the complete div for the checkbox. Just simply create the label and put the class of checkbox online, and just in the same way as you know that we just created the labels there. So don't save these things, the labels inside the checkbox div, just directly call them checkbox inline. Exactly, it's going perfect. Now something more, do you want to learn? Yeah, exactly, I just want to learn that more. So let's just ready to learn the radio element. Div class radio. Great, go inside the radio and label. Okay, and then what I'm just doing more, the input type, cover that again. I'm just doing the same way, I'm just following the same path to do that. radio, and you know that for the radio we have to give the name to genre. We created a form in the HTML and CSS too, so you must know about this thing. By the way, just simply copy that in the same way, you know that we just didn't put any specific class in these labels, just the main checkbox class, so just leave it as it is. So the radio and the gender, the value I'm just putting as male, and the female, and there it requires a value if you just want to process it on a PHP, so female. But I'm not gonna process this form in the PHP, but exactly I'm just following the whole protocols. Male. If I just save and refresh now, the male and the female, and again I have to put them in the form group because I just want to create the label too. So let's just create the form group. Okay, and now just simply cut both of them and go there and paste and just add a tab here. Okay, now before the radio, just create a label as we did here. Very simple. And inside that I'm just typing here genre. Okay, and I just don't need to put any kind of value with this label. Just save, leave, and save, and now you can see that it's visible here, the genre, the skills. Well, again I'm just putting the label directly, or I think the better is to copy this one and paste there and add the class here. Nothing more than that. Just add the class here, like the class, oh sorry about that, class radio inline, duplicate, and this one is a female, that one is a male, so just do the same way, male, and save and go to the browser and refresh. Now the male and the female you can create in this way and that way too. I'm just teaching you both of them, okay, because this is not the official website form, this is a learning form. So by the way, what more I required after that, there is a country area. You can see that the Pakistan, the India, the Russia, the Iran. Oh, by the way, whatever, I'm going to the notepad, and actually you know that we just created the country in a perfect way. We just applied the form and you know all these things which are required. But if I just put the multiple, this is the HTML5's new element. By adding the multiple, you know that refresh, we are able to select the multiple elements, and in this way the Bootstrap is working fine, looking awesome. I just want to show you, so I just showed that by just typing the multiple you can select the multiple elements in a Bootstrap too. But I think that we should apply the other things of the input in the next class, because I'm just going to teach you about the validation. Basically the Bootstrap does not validate the form but gives us the beauty if we just validate the form using any other way, so we can get the beautiful form in the validated way too. So guys, stay tuned and goodbye.